Hi, it's Fishy again, and I was thinking about the difficulty I had talking when I first started wearing dentures and some of the things that I did to combat that. And thought I'd write some of them down and get that made into a list and maybe a video. Maybe this is the beginning of some speech therapy. One of the things I had to learn how to do was say the letter S. Everyone expects that you're going to lisp when you have dentures, but not everybody's used to dealing with that. Fit is everything when it comes to the letter S, and speed is everything. You'll notice too, if I stop and pause, I'm swallowing. There is a lot of saliva. It gives that wet sound to speaking. And when I don't do videos with jump cuts where I go from cut to cut to cut to cut and keep doing the narrative straight, then you're going to get some of that. Learning to talk slower is a good thing. But I had trouble with S's at the end of words like clothes and apples and looks. Those were difficult words. I slowed down and I tried to stick my tongue in the back of my bottom teeth, and it tended to help a little bit. Blends were very difficult for me, like still or slide. You can hear the whistle almost in those first days in my voice when I'm trying to say words. And words with more than one S in it, it was awful, like Christmas. I'm practically spitting up a whole flume of water on people when I'm trying to say words like that. The sounds CH, ch, and SH, sh, were very difficult. I still am having a load of trouble saying them without dentures in, but working on those slowly as well has kind of improved the way that they sound. And my R's at first, the word ringing, I don't know why the word ringing was coming up, but it was coming up a lot. And I would have to stroll over it. I would trip. I really know what it's like to trip over your own tongue now that I've had dentures and had to deal with this. And the combination of the words at the, you don't think about that combination at the movies, at the backyard. It's over at the park. You don't think about that, but it's difficult. It was for me to say that combo at first. I had to work on that very, very extensively in order to get it to come out right. So here are some tips, just real quick, to start getting your speech back under control a little bit. And you can tell I'm 6-7 weeks in. I don't have it yet, but I'm speaking much better than I was week 1. That's for sure. Number one thing you can do, slow down. People will be willing to wait for you to get a thought out if you let them. If you're one of the people who argues and debates and needs to jump into an argument or something, you might want to have to unlearn that for a little while. Spend your time, take your breaths, and make sure that you're not speaking with a mouthful of saliva. Slowing down is key. It helps so much. And the reason that helps is just like dancing, your muscles in your mouth are learning to do things. And then once they learn them, they just do it automatically, but you have to train them. And so just like dancing, going slow and then speeding up helps. So trying that first. Secondly, this one is a good one. Exaggerate everything that you're saying with your mouth open as wide as you can. So when you would say something like, I'm going to the mall, practice on your own, I am going to the mall. You can find the weak spots. You can find the places where your voice is competing to get out with the other things going on in your mouth. And slowing it down and exaggerating those words will give you more control. You will feel silly doing it. Do it on your own. Who's gonna know? Meanwhile, you're getting some good exercise for your mouth. Third thing you can do is sing. Why sing? When you're working on that exaggerated exercise, you're going to be stretching muscles and thinking very deliberately about what you're doing. But when you're singing, you're doing almost the opposite. You're casually letting words form the way you normally would. So combining those two and contrasting them will help you get a little looser and faster with the way that you're talking. Once you've been deliberate, you can speed it up. And singing is saying things that are already familiar. You're not reading, you're not thinking in between, you're just putting out a song that you already know. Try it. I promise it's going to help. You're going to feel stupid. You're going to feel like you're spitting everywhere. Do it anyway. Get that mouth under control. And I think one of the last things that's really good for you to do is read aloud. Reading aloud slowly, deliberately. You might even do it with the exaggerated vocal and mouth gestures. Doing it that way will give you some more control and give you exposure to words that you might not use every day, but that will help you later. So again, to go over those, make sure that you are going slow. Make sure you practice with the exaggerated mouth, and then sing and read aloud. Those 4 things will give you a good start. Keeping that tongue tucked behind your bottom dentures also may help. Might help to stick it at the top on occasion. Practice with both of those ways and see how they work. Anyway, these are just a few things you can do. We might go into some depth and some exercises later, but this is a good start to get you started on speaking better once you've got dentures. Good luck.